Yo, what is good, y'all? Fast here with another video. Hey, man, y'all know we do sports talk every Monday since this channel started for 2 weeks when I was away in Greece. The only time I didn't do it, right? We've done Undisputed so much. We've done First Take. We started to do some other, like, Paul George podcasts recently in the summer because summer's been dry. Y'all know during the NBA playoffs we were watching Undisputed 3 times a week, bro. Like, we were going crazy. And it's to the point now that I've watched so much that there is a new Undisputed, and it's back. And next week on September 4th, Monday, Shannon will be on First Take, so we're going to be watching both, and both these shows just started NFL season. It is crazy, man. So as you see, this is all Undisputed. We've been reacting to everything. Y'all know this. Shannon Sharp News, who the new partners are on Undisputed. We've been doing everything, right? So obviously, Richard Sherman, Michael Irvin, and Keyshawn Johnson. So I'm gonna watch this first one, and I might watch a little bit of this, and then this. I'm gonna do this one separately, the Lil Wayne theme song for sure. And then the new Undisputed. This is wild, bro.
Good morning.
This is wild.
Pop that Lil Wayne. I love you, man. How
Damn.
about this Undisputed? You are going
Damn.
to love it, man.
The new Undisputed?
How about them Cowboys? NFC Championship game, here we come.
Cat! Nah! You just ruined it, bro.
Good morning.
On the NFC Championship. Realize how he won't stay Super Bowl.
My career.
Meanwhile, they never.
This is about to be the greatest show I have ever been a part of.
Oh?
Welcome to the new Undisputed.
Ooh. You bringing that energy?
Introduce my new dream team of co-hosts.
Okay.
You just heard our new intro song from my brother Lil Wayne, who will join me a little later in today's show.
Oh!
To go inside the creation of this instant classic.
You might have to watch that later.
Called Good Morning. Thank you.
Okay. You got the guest on here, though.
Michael Carter Jr. And in just a few minutes, I'll kick off a new feature featuring you. Your thoughts on the show, your tweets and memes on the show. We don't mind a little sarcasm as long as it's funny sarcasm. You can reach us at #UndisputedLive. Now understand, I haven't changed one bit.
Oh, he bringing a whole intro with it, bro. Oh my god. Oh my. He said.
Format sure have. LeBron still has no clutch gene. Aaron Rodgers is still the most overhyped player in NFL history. And my Cowboys will rise above middle of the pack Dak and Mike McCarthy. But now you get to hear from 3 of the biggest personalities in sports history. Are you ready? The time has come.
I mean,
to introduce
Keyshawn,
my dream team.
Michael Irvin. That's crazy, bro.
First up, he was one of the biggest talkers and smartest players ever. Super Bowl champion with the Seattle Seahawks. Most famous member of the all-time great Legion of Boom. 3-time first team All-Pro. 5-time Pro Bowler. Yet he's best known for putting me in my place 11 years ago on ESPN.
Crazy.
What?
Crazy.
That's not right. Who's writing this stuff?
Crazy.
Straight out of Compton by way of Stanford.
Who's writing this stuff?
Sherman.
Who's writing this stuff?
Come on down.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Come on now.
Bring the energy.
Come on. Hey, you knew this was inevitable.
Yeah.
This was inevitable.
Yeah.
I wanted you, and I got you.
You got me.
Damn.
Next up, he was only the 3rd receiver ever
Damn.
and the last receiver ever to be selected #1 overall in the draft in 1996 by the Jets. He won a Super Bowl with the Bucs in spite of John Gruden. He grew up in the shadow of USC right here in LA. He starred for the Trojans, and he is an insufferable USC and Lakers fan. Oh no, another LeBron lover. The title of the book he once wrote was Just Give Me the Damn Ball. Well, I'm about to. Here is Keyshawn Johnson.
Damn, I was about to say. Because I thought he was talking about Michael Irvin, but Michael Irvin played for the Cowboys. I didn't know Keyshawn did all that.
Oh, baby. We good. Come on.
Yep, that's right. We're going to have a little bit of fun on this show.
Yes, sir.
A lot different than what they think it was, I'm sure.
Okay, here we go. And last, but definitely not least, as I've said many times, I believe this man was the greatest receiver ever. He was the leader, the rocket fuel of Dallas Cowboy teams that won 3 Super Bowls. Never
That's crazy.
has there ever been a more fitting nickname, the Playmaker. When it was time to play, 88 made plays. Trust me, I was there. Now he's about to make a whole bunch more plays right here on the new Undisputed. Out to you and big
They got the
D,
music going too.
Michael Irvin.
Okay, coming over from First Take.
I am here now. Good to be home, too. Good to be home. Bro, Skip, you know I got nothing but love for you when you say I'm the baddest man out there. Let's just make it right, Skip. I don't care what they say.
Love you, man.
They say I'm the baddest man out there. I got nothing but love for that man.
You and I have been through a lot in
And
our
we've been in
times.
that locker room.
Yes, we have.
We've been in that. Let me just first say, I love that we are standing here all champions. As players, all champions.
Oh!
When we talk, we all know what we're talking about and where we're talking from. We're talking from that stadium of a champion, since we're all are that. Yes, sir.
And allow me to say, it is surreal to be here with you three, but
Yeah.
it's a distinct honor for me to be sitting.
I ain't gonna talk about sports. I don't know. This is crazy, bro.
All of you, I thought
This does not look right, bro.
and it
This is
a privilege
crazy.
and an honor to be with
Ain't
you.
no way.
It wasn't easy. That's for sure.
Then again,
But we
allow
are.
me to say, I'm actually afraid to ask the first question
This is
because I'm afraid
crazy.
once you guys start talking, I'll never get another word in on the rest of the history of the show.
There's going to be something.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Wait a fuck. Is it right here?
How big a threat
Ah!
will Trey Lance be to Dak Prescott either sooner or later?
This is their first segment. That's Super Bowl hype. Year 21 for the King. And there's a lot today.
Trey's not, I want to say this. I want to say this right. I know I haven't had a chance to talk about my Cowboys, and I sat on my couch listening to
And they got the
people and
new-
rhetoric that they rolled off their radio out of their mouth. I said, God, it's the worst music I can hear. Trey Lance is no threat to Dak Prescott. The Dallas Cowboys are coming out back-to-back 12-win seasons. Back-to-back 12-win seasons. Yeah, they didn't get to where they wanted to go in the playoffs. But they got to the second round. They should have. And I believe this year they will get farther because they gotten the parts.
Cap!
Trey Lance.
I don't know. This seems different, bro.
Called the perfect quarterback situation. What is the perfect quarterback situation? Let's discuss this. You need a starter.
He's D-Ron the Cowboys, bro. Sherman gonna have to hate the Cowboys. Come on, bro.
Prescott. You need a backup.
Someone gotta hate the Cowboys.
Happens to your starter, he can come in and win football games. Let us not play. We saw Cooper Rush. He presented Rush Hour 4 right here in L.A. last year.
Nah, Kai just
Cooper
did.
Rush did his thing. You got a great backup.
Look at Sherman's
you got
dick
a great
sucking.
starter. That third quarterback in every team, if you have the perfect quarterback situation, is the project quarterback.
I mean, Keyshawn
that you're
and
working on, that
Michael
you
Irvin are coming
won't
from
see
First
the
Take.
field for another 3 to 4 years. That's what Trey Lance is, guys. Nothing more. And I hear everybody, we go, the Cowboys traded
Think he
Trey
a
Lance. What
bust?
does that mean for Dak Prescott? It means absolutely nothing.
Ha.
It means he has a great young pupil that he can impart some knowledge
Nah, he was
to,
just-
that when
he
this
was just throwing a lot of
project
picks in
gets ready to
camp.
play,
No cap.
He can do some things.
Aight.
And that's 4 years away from now. So stop trying to put a virus in the head of my guys in that in that locker room, in their computer, trying to say, oh, well, Trey's here for Dak. And people can start getting in these little corners and talk about when Dak make a bad decision or interception. We should go with Trey. Stop saying that, people. Stop it. Don't let the rhetoric get to you. Trey is not a threat to Dak. But it's a great pickup for the Dallas Cowboys. I will expand on that later on.
It may not be a threat right now, no, Michael. Today, Dak Prescott's missed a lot of time, 33 games in the last 3 seasons he's played in.
Right.
Okay, so when you look at that,
Right.
in 2 years and $65 million left, how much of that is guaranteed? This is why I'm saying this.
Okay.
When you talk about 4
Keyshawn?
years from now, you miss time. And you know how these things are. When a guy gets hurt and somebody else comes in and he starts to play, well, I know I don't want to go Drew Bledsoe. I don't want to go Drew Bledsoe, Tom Brady, but I am.
Right.
I got to. And all of a sudden you look up and this guy light has turned on because Coach McCarthy and them are doing the right things. And you almost saw it with Cooper Rush last year. Almost. But he couldn't get them where they needed to. So they had to go back to Dak Prescott.
You gotta pay attention
The
to what they're
offense was
saying,
still
bro.
going and
Like,
muttering
it's
along.
not like
But it
Skip and
was
Shannon where like
going,
you can be like
but it was
goofing
a
and
Cooper
still they're
Rush
just
game
like
plan.
chemistry.
Once they deviated away
They gotta
from
think
that,
of the
went back to
chemistry,
Dak
yo.
Prescott, Dak had his issues. Now, Trey Lance was the number 3
Has
pick
poor
overall
people
for
instead
a
of two.
reason. Okay, because he could play. He just couldn't play in San Francisco in the situation he was in. Kept getting hurt.
agree. I
Kept
agree.
getting
I
hurt.
agree
Kept
with
getting
you.
hurt. So they said, okay, they moved on from him. You picked this guy up as the 4th round pick. You picked Trey Lance.
Let's hear
Great
this
play. Great call.
It's
Great
a
call.
great is injured. If Dak was to
Trey Lance is on the 1st round contract
Congratulations,
in 2 years. They're gonna have that option to
We
bring
don't
up. They're
have
not.
to go to money.
They're not
We
bringing
can
up
stay on
the
the
option.
field.
They're not accepting his option. They're not gonna pick up his option
There
if
you
he's
go,
not the
Sherman.
starter. So
Bring
you
that
got
in.
2 years. You got 2 years. You're talking about a 4-year plan. You got 2. You got 2 to make a decision on Trey Lance before you got to pay him big time money. And you're not paying him big time money if he's not the starter. So Dak in 2 years still has $36 million in dead money. So if you want to get rid of Dak in 2 years in 2025, then you gotta cut him and eat
But Richard, it's
36 million.
it's not about
One
getting
second.
rid of him.
1 second. 1 second. What you gonna keep him? You gonna hold on to him while somebody else starts? You are not.
Wait.
You are not gonna hold
What
on
do
to
you
him.
mean when somebody else is starting?
Well, let me
Nobody
make my
else is
point.
starting but Dak.
Okay, so if nobody else is starting but Dak, then what are we talking about here?
We're talking about in 2 years him getting backup money to be the backup to Dak Prescott by Cooper Rush goes and get a deal because he deserves it. That's what we're talking about.
What about Cooper Rush? Cooper Rush doesn't have shit to do with shit.
2 years to train him.
This shit confusing me.
Because Cooper Rush deal is up in 2 years. We're going to take 2 years to train him to be the backup to Dak. And then those next 2 years, he's going to try to train and become a starter. You don't need to go to Drew Brees or anyone else. Dak Prescott can go to his own situation. He came in and took that job from Tony Romo when Tony Romo
Dak is
got
trash,
hurt.
though.
But now, wait. But Dak Prescott came right in and showed he can win right away. Trey Lance hadn't shown you anything.
This man, Michael Irvin, just screaming. Sherman's here.
So let us stop
Sherman, say what you
with this
think, bro.
being a threat to Dak. It's a good asset for Dallas, but not a threat to Dak. I'm sorry, I hadn't been on TV in a while. I don't mean to take over nothing, but I hadn't worked in a long
Let's stop
time.
acting like Dak.
But that ain't right.
Let's stop acting like Dak. Dak led the league in picks and only played 12 games. Let's stop. Let's stop because y'all done lost your damn minds. Slow it down. What I'm saying is Trey Lance is not. Y'all expecting this man to come in here and say, I'm just going to be okay being a backup. He was the number 3 pick. Number 3 pick. And y'all think he's just going to say in 2 years, yeah, I'm cool being a backup. Let me keep being a backup. And there's nobody in the NFL built like that.
It ain't what he says out his mouth. It's what his talent says on the field.
His talent said he got
what
picked
your
number
mouth
3. He
says.
only played
Your
6
talent
games.
says you got to sit your butt down and learn.
He's played
That's
6
what he has
games.
to do. I understand that.
He's played 6 games.
Now, wait. I don't want to make this sound like I'm coming at Trey. I love what we got in Trey. I love what Trey gonna bring, and I think Trey's gonna do great in Dallas because that stuff in San Francisco a whole different league. That offense is a whole different offense. It's a hard offense. I couldn't learn that offense. I hated that offense, and I had to play it. Every year during in the Pro Bowl because after we tapped that butt of San Fran, they were the coaches in this Pro Bowl. So I had to always run their offense. I hated their offense. I still don't know their offense. It was so hard. Did y'all see that play where they showed Tua and he named that play? Did y'all hear all that rhetoric come out of his mouth? Now I was in the huddle. I heard. What do I run? I didn't even know what to run. It's so hard. So when I say to Trey, yes, that was a difficult offense.
I was scared.
And I understand
You
you
gonna
couldn't
talk?
get that offense. I'm not saying he can't pick it up because I'm not calling myself dumb that I couldn't pick it up. I couldn't pick it up. Troy would call a play and look at me and say 3 route, Mike. I said, okay. And then he'll call a play, look at me and say 5 route, Mike. Okay, 7 route, Mike. I won the MVP like that. But I ain't no nail play in that huddle. So Trey, I know how tough that is. This offense is going to be perfect for him.
Yeah, but
this is a more simplified offense. It's going to be perfect. I give him 2 years in this offense, he'll be ready to make some noise.
But look, man, we talking about a threat to him. I
He's
understand,
not a threat.
but I understand we don't want it to be a threat. All I'm saying to you, Michael, and you, Sherman,
Isn't he a Cowboys fan
is
too,
that
Keyshawn?
when you take a guy
Are you picking
on a
them?
flyer as a 4th round pick, give up a 4th round pick for him. You give him opportunity to learn.
Yeah, man, this is gonna take some getting used to. I'm not gonna lie.
System.
We're gonna see how Michael Irvin is every day, but he's shouting
Something
crazy.
were to happen to Dak at some point in time along
I
the
mean,
way. And that young
they don't have
man,
enough
even
time to
though
probably
you
talk
say
to each.
He hadn't done anything. He really hadn't because he hadn't had the opportunity. His butt's been hurt. But if he stays healthy and all of a sudden that light turns on, you can't tell me that Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy, and I'm not talking about this year, maybe it's next year, maybe it's the year after.
Talking about
and
this
he
from Mad
maybe
Moment, it's
does
a
one
pretty
of
good.
those Jordan Love
I have
type
to see
deals. They
this
don't pick up
fucking
the option.
another
Now all of a sudden
video
you get
I
high
have.
paid backup money, and you insert him into the lineup if something was to happen to Dak. So let's not just say it's not a threat. It's certainly a threat.
It's definitely
it's certainly a threat.
definitely insurance. It's definitely insurance.
Yes.
And in order for a guy,
Insurance is not a threat. It's so good to get. Wait, I'm missing something.
Time out. It is
Insurance is
my
a good thing.
turn.
Okay.
I need him to be a threat to my quarterback because where you and I go like this is I am not sold on Dak Prescott. I have seen a whole lot of Dak Prescott, and I have seen enough.
Damn.
I don't need a
Also-
backup because we have the best backup in the National Football League, and it ain't even close. I need a starter at some point down the line. But
That's Cat. You was not jacking Trey Lance before this skit.
Okay, here's the point. Before Trey Lance was drafted, I sat right here at
Okay, I like this
desk
skit.
and I
Energy.
said, I would plunge for that kid.
Did he
I
say
said,
that?
he'll be
Maybe.
at least as good as Trevor Lawrence. I said, he'll be better than Zach Wilson, who went obviously second overall. I said, he'll be better than Justin Fields, who went 11th overall. He'll be way better than Mac Jones, who went 15th to Belichick. And what happened? You know Kyle Shanahan very well because you played for him. I'm going to say that two of the greatest offensive minds in the history of this game are Kyle and his father, Mike Shanahan. Can we agree on that? Those two put their heads together, and they looked deep into this kid, albeit at North Dakota State, and they said, you know what? He is so good. We are going to bet the ranch on him. We're going to bet the future. We're going 3 first-round choices.
Insane.
We're going a third-round choice on top of it to vault from 12 to
Yeah,
3
they were crazy.
to bet the entire future on Trey Lance. Even though he had played all of one season, albeit at North Dakota State, one season of starts. That's what he did in the one season. He threw 28 touchdown passes to 0 interceptions, and he ran for 1,100 yards. Again, Carson Wentz came out of there, so it's not Division I. It's a step below it. But still, you had 1 year of tape, and that's all because they played one game in the pandemic year. And they said, we bet on Trey. Well, if they bet on Trey, I felt pretty validated at that point. And what happened is rookie preseason, he busts the index finger on his throwing hand. What do you think is going to happen when you bust that? You're going to have a hard time in a really hard offense to run.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he struggles through his rookie year. And then what happened last year early on? He breaks his ankle and dislocates it. Well, it's all terrible injuries like Tony Pollard had. But the point is, it's so bad that he's barely played football in pro or college football. He's thrown in his life, in college and pro, he's thrown 400 total passes. Dak threw more passes last year than this kid has thrown in his whole life. So do I still have high hopes for him? Do I think he could ultimately be a little better, just a little better than Dak Prescott? We're talking 6'4", 225. He ran 4.55. He's a little faster. He's a little taller. He's got a little better arm, just a little better arm. And listen, I've done a lot of work on this kid. The intangibles are off the charts. He's a gym rat. He's a great kid. He's a tough kid. In North Dakota State, he's just running over people that you can't do in your league.
Skip, you're playing yourself here in this situation. In this way, you played yourself here. Now, you gave Cal, and I do agree with you, so much props and credit for the offensive mind and the talent evaluator, all that he is. Okay, if you're giving him all that credit for seeing what he saw in Trey Lance, then you got to also play the other side. That same great mind has seen Trey Lance practice for the last couple years. Even though he loved his physical skill set, how talented he is shoulders down, there was a talent they couldn't measure shoulders up that they said, okay, here's an issue with him discerning this offense.
Yeah, you got to think about that.
They see him every day, and they said, oh, we're going to keep
but hold on,
Brock Purdy
let me stop
and Trey Lance. No. Wait, let me finish. We're going to keep Brock Purdy, and we're going to keep Sam Darnold over him. They see him in practice every day. So obviously, the same great mind that assessed him must have said, oh, maybe he can't get.
So let me back you up real quick, though, Playmaker. Let me back you up real quick. You say they saw him in practice every single day, so they saw what he is.
They saw it.
They saw him in practice last year. They saw him in practice the year before that. Guess what they decided to do? They decided to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo because they saw him in practice.
Come on now.
They decided to move on from Jimmy G because they saw him in practice. A guy that took him to the Super Bowl. And they said, you know what? We're going to move on from Jimmy G because we believe that Trey Lance is the guy. They saw Brock Purdy in practice last year, too. And they decided to still name Trey Lance the starter. They still made him the starter.
Brock Purdy got game.
Hold on.
Before Brock got game time.
I understand that.
Right.
But Trey never really got game time. He kept getting hurt at the beginning of things.
Wait, stop.
I disagree.
When Dak stepped in, he played right away.
I understand that.
When
because
Trey
Dak
stepped
was
in,
healthy.
Trey did not play right away. He didn't play well.
Rich can't even get a word in, bro. Wow.
He played well. He played well against Houston. His rookie year, he played well against the Houston Texans. He played a really good game. He played really solid.
And then in the Chicago, you can't count Chicago in that rain.
You can count Chicago. Do you know why Chicago happens? That was the turning point for me. That was the turning point. It probably was the turning point for Kyle.
I remember that game.
In those games with Jimmy G,
He was crazy about Jimmy G.
hey, it's just his arm. It's rain. It's a it's gonna limit him. You got legs of Trey Lance, so they should overcome this circumstance. That's why Kyle drafted him. But what did he do in that game? He threw an interception, and then he fumbled in a critical time in that game.
In a downpour.
But everybody's playing in a downpour. Justin Fields was playing in the same downpour. Justin Fields was playing
in a downpour. It ain't like it's just raining on Trey. It's raining on everybody.
They scored 10
what are we
points.
saying?
They scored 10 points in that game, and Chicago didn't hold anybody else to that number. They didn't hold nobody else to that number. No, you missed my point. Because what I'm saying is Trey Lance hasn't played enough football, but the football he did play wasn't good enough.
I am not saying Trey can't play football.
Eesh.
The question is Trey
bro.
a threat in any way?
It's kind of changed. Like, it's good. I like it. It's just very long.
You're saying that offense operates more shoulders up than shoulders
That's what
down.
I want to see what Skip's gonna say. It's gonna be hard to see for everyone to talk. There's so many people now. So.
And those 5 were really big time.
It is a long ass segment.
Cooper Rush operated the offense more efficiently and effectively than Dak has over a 5-game period.
There you go.
So I'm good there. And obviously Trey Lance is not better than.
Go too far sometimes. That's too far, Skip.
Okay, but
You went far right there.
I did not. I told you the God's truth. That's what happened last year. Go look.
That playbook was tailor-made.
Okay,
for
but look at this play.
I mean, for Cooper Rush. That playbook was for Cooper
wait a
Rush.
second. Think about Cooper Rush. He gets thrown into the fire when they're on a roll at Minnesota. This is 2 years ago, and it was Sunday night, and he throws for 325. Don't tell me it's tailor-made for him.
It was tailor-made.
He showed up.
He hits Amari Cooper.
He showed up. Don't keep
He hits him with 51 seconds left. He hits Amari for 5 yards for the game winner, 20-16. Then
I don't find Amari no more though. He better than CD and fucking Brandon Cooks.
It's a Sunday night game, big stage.
No kids.
And he throws for 235, and on the last series, in the last minute, he hits CD for 8, then he hits Noah Brown for 12, and he hits CD for 10, sets up a walk-off field goal. It was an incredible drive. Then he turns right around and goes to the Giants as they're going to open on Sunday night against the Giants. He's at the Giants against the arch rival, and they.
We gotta beat the Cowboys first game, bro.
And what does he do? They fall behind because Saquon busts loose late third quarter. They're down 13-6.
I was at this game in real life.
In the next 2 possessions,
The game that he's talking about right now.
This is Cooper Rush, 12-13 for
Fucking Cooper Rush
123
did it to
yards.
him.
Touchdown, game over. He was good against Washington. He didn't have to
This
be.
man's still on the Cooper Rush. Well, what were we even talking about Cooper Rush here? They have Trey Lance, Cooper Rush, and Dak. That's crazy.
Philadelphia, and then here he came. Gallup drops a touchdown pass at the
I mean, Dak might be the worst out of all of them.
Then he comes out in the second half, touchdown, and all of a sudden I look up and it's.
And yeah, Trey Lance should want to play.
Philly 20, and Jalen takes over the next series with 3 straight third down conversions with his legs. I'm telling you, Cooper Rush can flat play, and Romo predicted on CBS that he would get a deal, and for the league agrees with you. They're just seeing just some guy. And he did not get a deal, which was music to my ears because we got him back.
If you listen,
and we got the perfect quarterback situation.
I understand the Cowboy love. All right, I get it with you and Skip. I played for him. I like him too. But here's what I'm gonna say to break down the Cooper Rush situation, man. The playbook was tailor-made for him.
Hey, but it's tailor-made for everybody.
No, it's not. No, that is the coach's job. But what they did when Dak Prescott came back is they opened it back up. Rather than take that same playbook and give it to Dak Prescott. Okay. Because Dak's skill set is better. You know this, Michael.
They're pretty good.
Okay, we can ask him.
Alright, man, I think I'm going to end it off, man. This was crazy. Undisputed is back. We'll probably be back tomorrow, depending on certain segments and all that. Obviously, football season started very soon, so every Monday at least, and probably a little more now that sports are going to be back. It'll be more consistent. First take coming too with Shannon, bro. This is wild, man. Let me know your thoughts. I'm going to react to that Lil Wayne theme song after this, so make sure to like, subscribe. It actually might have to be out before this by the time this uploads. Long video. Let me know. Appreciate y'all. Sub. how y'all feel about the new Undisputed, and let me know. Stay tuned for it pretty much this weekend.